Sawing wood. Understanding how a raw log is transformed into usable lumber is a fascinating process, one that combines traditional knowledge with advanced technology. Professional sawmills don't just slice logs randomly. They employ specific breakdown methods to maximize yield, enhance the quality of the final product, and reveal the most beautiful grain patterns hidden within the wood. The initial cuts made on a log are arguably the most critical, as they dictate the potential of every board that will be produced from it. These methods are carefully chosen based on the species of the tree, the size and quality of the log, and the intended end use of the lumber, whether it's for structural beams, fine furniture, or flooring. From the simplest to the most complex techniques, each approach has its own set of advantages and is selected to unlock the maximum value from this natural resource. One of the most common and straightforward methods used in sawmills is live sawing, also known as through-and-through sawing. This technique involves making a series of parallel cuts straight through the log from one side to the other. Imagine placing a log on the saw carriage and simply slicing it like a loaf of bread. The result is a collection of boards that include a variety of grain patterns. From the clear, straight grain of the outer sapwood to the more varied and often decorative patterns found closer to the heartwood. Live sawing is highly efficient, producing the maximum volume of lumber from a log with minimal waste and in the shortest amount of time. However, the resulting boards can be prone to cupping or warping as they dry, because the planks contain a mix of flat sawn, rift sawn, and quarter sawn grain within a single piece. Despite this, its speed and high yield make it a popular choice for applications where stability is less critical or where a rustic, character-filled appearance is desired. For higher quality lumber, sawmills often turn to cant sawing. This method is a two-stage process that offers more control over the quality of the final boards. First, the sawyer makes initial cuts to square the log into a central block, known as a cant. This process removes the rounded outer slabs, which are often of lower quality and can be repurposed for other products like wood chips or pulp. Once the cant is created, it is then turned, sometimes multiple times, and sawn into boards. This approach allows the sawyer to assess the quality of the wood as they work, cutting around defects and maximizing the production of high-grade lumber. Cant sawing is more time-consuming and produces more waste than live sawing. But the resulting boards are generally more stable and have more consistent grain patterns. This makes it a preferred method for producing dimensional lumber used in construction, where uniformity and structural integrity are paramount. When the goal is to produce the most stable and visually appealing lumber, especially from high-value hardwood species like oak or maple, sawmills employ the quarter sawing method. This technique is significantly more complex and involves cutting the log into 4 quarters, or flitches, along its length. Each quarter is then sawn separately, with the cuts made perpendicular to the tree's annual growth rings. This orientation produces boards with a straight, vertical grain pattern that is not only beautiful but also exceptionally stable. Quarter-sawn lumber is highly resistant to cupping, twisting, and warping, making it the top choice for fine furniture, cabinetry, flooring, and musical instruments. While this method yields the highest quality boards, it is also the most wasteful and labor-intensive of the breakdown techniques. The sawyer must handle the log multiple times, and a significant portion of the log becomes waste. However, the superior quality and dimensional stability of the final product often justify the additional cost and effort. This method is also used to achieve exceptional stability and a specific grain appearance, but it prioritizes a straight, linear grain above all else. In rift sawing, the log is cut in a way that the saw blade travels along a radial line from the center of the log outwards. The annual rings intersect the face of the board at an angle, typically between 30 and 60 degrees. This produces lumber with a very consistent and straight-lined grain pattern across the entire face of the board. Without the fleck or ray patterns that can appear in quarter-sawn wood, rift-sawn lumber is incredibly stable, even more so than quarter-sawn, and is highly sought after for applications where a clean, uniform look is desired, such as in high-end furniture and architectural millwork. Like quarter sawing, rift sawing is a low-yield and high-cost process, requiring considerable skill and time. It represents the pinnacle of log breakdown, reserved for projects where quality and appearance are the absolute highest priorities. Transforming a simple log into a masterpiece of natural engineering,